Hey, Internet. Eric here. Rachel's over there.
Hello.
It's been a while since her and I have done a discussion video together, and we've been meaning to do this one for way too long, but we've just been lazy and not caring.
And life happens.
Yeah. But this is a film that it's a huge favorite of ours, so spoilers, it's not going to get a shitty review. Um, Great horror comedy, one that we've watched, I couldn't tell you how many times.
Several times.
Yeah. Today we're going to talk about The Frighteners. New to my channel, welcome, blah, 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 spoilers, blah, blah, blah. I think it came out in 95 or 96. I'll put the year in the description like I always do. Basic plot of this is we're following Michael J. Fox, who plays Frank Bannister, and he's a shyster who poses as basically a Ghostbuster. And he goes around town handing out business cards, telling people he can get rid of ghosts. All the while, he's actually working with the ghosts because after a car accident, he is now able to see them. And he's got 3 ghosts that work with him.
So he's kind of a con artist.
Yeah, that's why I said he's a shyster. He's got 3 ghosts that work with him, and eventually, a real ghost is taking the lives of people in his town, and it's up to him and a nurse and his ghost buddies to try to stop this ghost from
Trini.
Alvarado,
Okay.
who trying to stop this ghost, this Grim Reaper type character, from killing everybody in the town. Like I said, I love this movie. I have a lot of fun. Rachel, what do you think off the top of your head?
I like it a lot. I always have fun with it.
Um, I'm not a huge Michael J. Fox fan, other than Back to the Future, because
Agreed.
and we grew up watching Family Ties, but I absolutely love him in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think this was his last live action movie before Parkinson's really took over. But he's a lot of fun in this. He has great chemistry and with everybody, especially the ghosts that he works with. Very likable, very funny, charismatic, kind of a dick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's like the perfect combination. He's a really fun character. The other characters in this, we'll talk about his ghost buddies first. Chi McBride plays, what is his name? Cyrus?
Sure.
Sure, we're going to say Cyrus. I don't know. Ghost who died in the 70s, so he's stuck with an afro. He's stuck with bell bottoms and platform shoes, and he's the angry one. So he's like, he's the stereotypical angry 70s black guy.
Yeah.
But he's funny. His racial jokes are far and few in between, but they work. Like there's a scene where like John Astin plays the judge. We'll get to him where he's going crazy and he's shooting guns and everyone's running and hiding. And Chi McBride screams like a little girl and hides. And he pokes his head out and he says, "If I want to get my black ass shot, I move to Los Angeles," or something like that. So he's real fun. He's kind of like the big brother to Stuart, the nerd ghost. Don't know who plays him. That's what he is. He's the wimpy nerd.
Guy from the 60s.
I don't know if he's supposed to
He's
be.
got like the Letterman jacket on and
Yeah.
like the jeans. So it makes you think that he was like in a car accident when he was like driving with his girlfriend. I think I don't know. That's what I think of.
Yeah, I
In
just
the
I just think of
60s.
like the Socias, like from The Outsiders.
Yeah.
He was one of the preps.
Yeah.
He's a lot of fun. He's really good at playing the wimp. And when him and like I said, we're calling him Cyrus. It's probably not even his fucking name. Him, Chi McBride, I'll say, and Michael J. Fox. They are like the 3 Musketeers. They work well off of each other. Good friendship, good comedy. So I love those guys. John Astin is barely in it, but he plays the judge, an old Western guy from the 1800s. He's fallen apart, which is part of the joke, which is really funny. And I love.
Michael J. Fox has to come back together sometimes.
Yeah, there's a scene where I think he's got a ghost dog, and the dog like runs away with his jawbone and stuff like that. Awesome makeup done to make him look like he's falling apart and he's just old and skeletal. So all the ghosts are great, especially with Michael J. Fox. The only other characters we're going to talk about is Trini Alvarado, who plays the nurse who turns into the love interest of Michael J. Fox. She's fine, nothing special. Good chemistry with Michael J. Fox. They're gonna fall in love by the end of the fucking movie. So that you just gotta accept. But she's fun. She's scared when she's gotta be scared. Tough when she's gotta be tough.
She's in that grouping of Andy McDowell, chick from Seinfeld.
and Juliana Margulies.
Yeah,
They all look the same, but they're not the same.
Right.
Because they're skinny, pretty white girls with long black curly hair.
Yeah, and they're all the same person. You never see them in the same place at once.
It could be.
I think so.
But she's fun. The only other people is, we mentioned spoilers, you find out the Grim Reaper is played by Jake Busey, who is, he was a serial, Gary Busey's son. So if you needed a serial killer, you get the son of Gary Busey. Funny, scary, menacing. Mm-hmm. He's a Busey.
Yeah.
And the only other character we're going to talk about is Patricia, who is played by Dee Wallace, who I normally don't really like, but she was Jake Busey's cohort in his murder spree. You don't really see her young a lot, but when she's current Dee Wallace, I love her in this movie. She plays timid when she has to play timid. When she fucking goes bug nuts crazy at the end of it.
Bug nuts?
Yeah.
That's a new term, my friend.
I got it from my buddy Johnny, who I do the podcast for. It's like a Scottish term or UK term or something. I don't know. But when she goes crazy, it's over the top. It's hilarious. It's fun, and I love her. And normally, I don't care for Dee Wallace. Like I didn't like her in Critters, the new Critters movie.
I didn't know it was the same person until you
said
it, because she usually has blonde hair.
She usually got the short blonde hair. She's got a long brown wig, and I love her. So the acting is great. Well, there's one character I hate. I know you're supposed to hate him. Trini's husband.
Oh, yeah.
He's just the stereotypical macho chauvinistic dickhead. And the actor plays him properly, but it's just, you don't care about him.
Yeah, he's not memorable. He's not...
Well, he's memorable for the wrong reasons. He's just annoying. But...
And then her mom, I thought...
Oh,
lady.
Dee Wallace's mom. She's
There's that one scene when she looks like Dracula.
Yeah, she does. She's got the Dracula, the Bram Stoker's Dracula hair. She's a minor character that takes care of Patricia. She's okay. And then Arlie Ermey plays the same character from Full Metal Jacket, only a ghost. Mm-hmm. So basically, other than the dickhead jock character, I love all the acting in this movie. Mm-hmm. Really fun. Special effects are pretty damn cool. This is Peter Jackson, who did Lord of the Rings and King Kong and all that stuff. And this is where he first got the technology to do everything that was great in Lord of the Rings and stuff. Mm-hmm. There's only 2 scenes which I think are pretty shitty and noticeable. Like, everything's great. Like, there's a scene where Jake Busey, in his ghost form, he's like coming out of the walls and like he harasses Dee Wallace a lot. Like, he comes out of the rug and like out of the cabinets, and you actually see the walls like move out and stretch and get her. That looks really cool.
And the carpet, yeah.
The carpet. When you look at the ghosts, I love just how they're see-through and blue. That looks really cool. When Jake Busey's as the Grim Reaper, he looks like a ring wraith. You know those things from Lord of the Rings that are chasing Frodo? That looks really cool. There are a couple scenes that are really shitty. The scene where it's just a quick scene where Michael J. Fox is driving with the judge, and it's just really bad green screen.
Oh, yeah.
But the one scene I hate, and I hate it because the special effects are so fucking good in this movie. It's the what?
You think it's mice?
No.
Okay.
Well, if you want to open it and pull out of the ice machine. Okay. The one machine. See, now you got me. The one scene that I absolutely hate is when he's got Chi McBride and the nerd guy.
Yeah.
They're in this like mansion or whatever, and they're haunting it, and they're like lifting up the little babies and they're swinging them around the room. When the babies are flying through the air.
Oh, yeah, I always thought that was corny. Kind of corny.
Yeah, it was kind of... I wouldn't say it was corny. It was fine. It's just the special effects were horrible.
Yeah. Reminded me of that baby commercial where, I don't know what it is, where the baby's after, like, some sort of a baby food. They parodied it in Hocus Pocus, where... where they think they're with the devil, and the fat one's watching the TV, and there's that baby commercial.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't know what it's for.
Only Hocus Pocus fans will probably get that reference, but I hate it for the special effects. Rachel hates it because of Hocus Pocus. I don't know. But anyways, other than those two scenes, that's just nitpicking. Special effects are great. I like the concept. I like how Frank uses his powers for bad, to make money, and then eventually he's using them for good. Shit, we forgot Jeffrey Combs. Jeffrey Combs is actually in this movie too. He plays a fucked in the head FBI agent because he's been living with cults since like Manson, and it's what?
Refrigerator's making a noise.
It does that. It's possessed. He's been working with undercover with cults since like the Manson era, and it's just fried his brain. And he believes that Frank, which is Michael J. Fox, is doing all the murders.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a cool little B story. I can't believe I forgot him. He's like the best character in this movie because he's just so out there. I know you hate it. He's gross.
I think he's gross. He's greasy and like.
Yeah, he does have a greasy hairdo. But shit, what was it? Action is good. It's all over the top. There's a lot of chase sequences when Michael J. Fox is chasing the Grim Reaper in his car. And Michael J. Fox is like the most dangerous driver in the world in this movie. I like the B story where the reason I brought up Jeffrey Combs is because Jeffrey Combs thinks Frank's behind this because Frank's wife was killed in that car accident. So, because Michael J. Fox was in a car accident, that's how he got all these ghost powers. And he thinks that Michael J. Fox murdered her because they got in an argument and he was a drinker, blah, blah, blah. And then now all these mysterious deaths are happening and Frank's, making money with ghosts and stuff. So I like that little B story where you're trying to find out, what really happened to his wife and this and that.
Right.
It's easy to figure out. What else? I like where there is a scene where the only way Frank realizes he can stop Jake Busey is he dies.
Mm-hmm.
So him and Trini Alvarado, they kind of freeze him to like get his heart rate to be as low as possible. Then he becomes a ghost, and that's where some good comedy happens because Michael J. Fox is like falling through floors and getting run over by cars and stuff because he's not used to the ghost powers. So that comedy works.
I do like up until then, like how he kind of figures out that something's up, is he starts seeing numbers in people's heads, and he remembers seeing a number in
his wife's forehead. Yeah, and that's why when he thought, because the asshole husband of Trini Alvarado dies, and the last thing Michael J. Fox sees with him is a number in his forehead, and he thinks one of his buddies did that. And something's up because they say that they didn't.
Right.
And then Michael just gets real serious and he just says something like, that wasn't funny.
Right.
So something's up. And that's where we get this little murder mystery thing, which I think is really done well.
Right. I agree.
One last thing. What was the other thing I want to talk about? Oh, final thing I want to talk about is just, again, we're pretty much gushing over this movie because it's so much fun. The end sequence. Michael J. Fox has Gary Busey's ashes. And he's got to put them on consecrated ground. So they're in an old hospital. And they're going to get to the church and the hospital. And it's the hospital where Patricia and Jake Busey, I don't know if I called him Gary Busey when I mentioned the ashes. It's the same fucking thing. They're both scary. They're in the hospital where they did their murder spree.
Yeah.
And I love how, since Frank is in tune with the spirit world, and it's wonderfully edited, it's going back and forth from present day to Frank seeing everything that happened during that murder spree. So, like, he sees Johnny Bartlett pointing the gun at a doctor, and like there's a scene where Michael J. Fox dives in front of the gun and nothing happens because it kills the doctor and stuff. So that was really edited well together because it's dark and gloomy when he's in the present, but then when it's in the hospital, it's all bright and shiny.
Yeah, I know.
So
all cheery.
Really well done. In the end, I gotta say, I absolutely love this movie. Really good horror comedy. Like, I remember when we first started dating, you weren't really into horror, so I kind of slowly guided you in with like the comedy stuff. And this is one that you actually always ask to watch when we're looking for a horror movie that isn't just blood and guts and stuff. You always ask to watch The Frighteners. So we both highly, highly recommend it. A lot of fun. I like Peter Jackson's little cameo. He's the biker that bumps into Michael J. Fox and flips him off and calls him an asshole.
One little thing we didn't talk about was like, Jake Busey's whole thing is he wants to be the top serial killer.
Yeah.
Like, he wants to be, like, every time he kills a certain number, he's always like, one more than Starkweather.
Yeah.
Or, you know, all these other people.
Yeah, because when he was doing his initial spree with Patricia, he killed 11 people. And then he wanted to kill 12 because then if he killed 12, it would be more than Charles Starkweather, which was like the top serial killer or just psychotic killer at that time. And then by the end of this movie, I think they're at like number 44 or something like that. And he says, a few more and we're up to Gacy and Bundy and stuff like that. So that was a cool thing. I do like, you know, we've already spoiled some things. When Johnny and Patricia are defeated, we get to see how a soul is taken down to hell. And that looks really cool. The effects for that were really good. So yeah, again, we're gushing over it. Absolutely love the Frighteners. Highly recommend it. Great special effects. All the characters except for that jock husband are great. R. Lee Ermey is fucking funny. Great action. Comedy works. I love like the buddy system with these guys. Yeah, perfect movie just to throw in. Ice Machine's working. And I guess this was actually supposed to be the third Tales from the Crypt movie.
Oh.
Yeah. Would have been cool if it was, but I think it's too quirky for that. But that was just some useless trivia. So once again, highly recommend the Frighteners. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, all that crap. Thank you to the new subscribers. I have beat my my requirement of 666 subscribers to do a giveaway of a bunch of crap I have in my garage. I will be posting that soon.
Are you up higher now?
I think I'm at 672.
Ooh.
So a lot of people like this channel for some stupid reason. Anyways, thank you for watching all that crap. Comment below. Tell us what you think of this movie. Are we right? Are we wrong? Have you never seen it? Do you not care? Suggest movies. The stupider the better, especially if you think Rachel's gonna hate it, because I still got to make her watch Troll 2.
Or Eric's gonna hate it.
Especially if Rachel's gonna hate it.
Or if Eric is.
Anyways, cheers, and they don't call me the hanging judge for nothing. I'm not explaining that.